Hey, what's up? It's your boy Paul Brantley. We're gonna get into the Housewives of Miami, season 5, episode 14. So it continues in the Bahamas. The ladies are all sitting around talking, about Larson's ass and how nice it is and all that. That she don't have cellulite or stretch marks. Um, then we got Lisa continuing talking about Lenny. Um, Cheating and stuff. But she's talking to Julia about it, saying she ended up writing him a letter telling how she feel because she know that when she tries to talk to him, it really doesn't. She really can't get her feelings out. So she wrote it in the letter, telling how she honestly feels about everything that's going on. She also she don't know if he deleted it or whatever. But that's what she was saying. Then we got Adriana, who says she's happy to see Marisol, but she told Marisol we gotta have a talk, and so she ended up talking to her Marisol. Alex sitting by her, so she ended up telling Marisol, how she feel, like she told Alexis. She told Marisol, about when she was going through her divorce and all this stuff. She said, with you knowing everything in Miami about everything about everybody. She didn't understand why you or Alexis didn't contact her during the time she was having a divorce and going through the stuff she was going through. And they went into, and she said also to, about Alexis' party you didn't invite me to because Alexis ended up saying in Marisol defense, since you were going through some stuff, you live in your own bubble. That's why she thought you wouldn't have come. I went, and that's some bullshit. And then Marisol said that, well, we are all, we weren't in a good place or whatever at the time. And to me, it's all bullshit. It's like you don't like this woman, but y'all been friends for over 10 years. And you act in such a way that it doesn't make any sense. So, Adriana ended up continuing, saying, if y'all would contact me or whatever, you would have known that I ended up with high blood pressure. Well, high cholesterol from all the stuff I was going through. And she went, I'm trying to be around for my mom. And, she's a single mom, she got a son, all that stuff. And that's when, in the confessions, we Alexis went, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, they both like, yeah. And then I said before that, when she said that she had less cholesterol and stuff, um, Marisol said, I was going through a divorce and, I was going through stuff of my own and stuff like that, like try to justify the reason why they weren't there for her or contact her or called her or anything. And it was all some bullshit. So, during the confession, Alexis goes like, why are we sitting here talking about this cholesterol and all this stuff? We're in the Bahamas. We should be having fun. And she went, that's the reason why. She went, that's the reason why nobody want to hang out with you or go out with you anyway. And I'm like, bitch, you had lost your motherfucking mind. Cause it's like, bitch, you would a man that's using you that dogged you in your two sons out. Period. But you talking about somebody else. And then Marisol said, what did that tire hole say? Hold on, Marisol said something. Oh, Marisol ended up saying, um, what is okay? Marisol in her confession, she ended up saying if she was to if she wants to pick on me, if she want to pick on me, she gonna end up having a stroke. And I'm like, you was a shady bitch. And it don't make any sense that it's like, damn, you just shady. Shady bitch, unconscious. And you wondering why shit is happening to you. And you think somebody didn't put a spell or something on you, but it's karma for all the shit that you have done to people. Period. So we move on from them to oh, we still with them. Cause after that, Marisol ended up talking about her own issues and trying to justify herself and her dad. It's like, girl, your dad had passed a long time ago, and your mom has passed a few years ago. So, girl, come on now, make it make sense. So that's when Adriana ended up telling her about Marisol ex ex boyfriend had came to her and hit on her and wanted to take her out and all this stuff. And that's when Alexis wanted to jump into it, get her 2 cents on it, and said, "Yeah, I seen your name in his phone and stuff, and you know." And she like, "Why would you bring that up now after so long?" She was. I said, "Well, she in a relationship with another man right now that she's spiritually married to him because they got spiritually married in Mexico, so she's spiritually married to him. So it shouldn't matter about this ex. Like y'all live in Miami, it's small. Who cares?" But so Adriana was like, but I told him, I ended up telling him, I couldn't do this to Marisol. It's not right. He said, fuck, I didn't love Marisol to begin with. It's like told her that he loved Marisol to begin with. I said, bitch, that's what she get with a dumb ass. I said, shit. And so Marisol all shook up and shit. And we goes on from there. We end up leaving the pool where they was. We end up getting Nicole and Lawson end up talking about their issues and stuff. The issues that they got going on, and they ended up making up. Lawson ended up apologizing, but in her confession, she said she stand by what she said, but she just apologizing just to move on. So they move on from there. We go to dinner. At dinner, the ladies are all there because it's supposed to be they're doing a spiritual release type of dinner and whatever. And we had Kiki talking about she can't wait because she been dealing with her ex man that she was with cheated on her, so she's still dealing with them emotions and that hurt and guilt from that relationship. So she can't wait to release with the screaming and stuff because it's really gonna help her, move on and heal. So as they was doing that, when she said that, this made Julia end up asking like, Marisol, like, did you get your stone, your gift that she brought, your stone. She like, and this is when stupid ass Marisol was like, I just want to tell you, yes, I got it, but I don't want anything from anybody because I've been dealing with some stuff where I feel like, excuse me, somebody maybe bad juju going on, so I don't want to touch. I don't. So I'm not touch. I got the gift, but I didn't touch it, and I don't want nothing from anybody. And I'm like, bitch. But Julia was like, but Julia went, but you take a cocktail from somebody. And she went, what? That's just stupid. That's just stupid. But I said, like, she had a point. You taking a cocktail for somebody, that's them giving you something. Anything that's given to you could be you can get their spirit or whatever they going on from them. So it's like you sound dumb because you're not taking a stone. And Julia said it's just a stone. Saying, well, and Adriana went, yeah, like, why can't you just take it? It is a stone, girl. And so you're like, no, 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 I just can't. I can't do that. I'm just not doing that. And so we move on from there. As that was going on, Doing that, Julie ended up asking, ended up getting, and she moved on from she moved on from Marisol to Alexis, and she told Alexis, she said, so Alexis, what's your issue? Because girl, you keep giving me, you gave me this wildebeest face, um, yesterday at the pool, when I was talking or whatever, and Alexis like she gave the face again, and she like, what's that? What wildebeest? What that mean? She like, what? So Julia, when so are you still upset about our issue that we had in the Keys on the last girls trip? So what's the problem? And then um, Alexis said, you been. She like, no, you been. She like, I didn't give you no face, but you been, you've been having a lot of rage towards me, for the last couple of months, and she like, you can go on ahead and get it out because she went, yeah, and just get it out on me. You can just continue and just go ahead and get it out on me. And Julia said, my pleasure. I said, bitch. I said, Julia came to slay a bitch. She came for two hoes that are actually a mess. And Julia stayed on that ass. She stayed on that ass. And I said, and Alexis was not prepared for the ass kicking that she got from Julia. Because Julia wasn't on the bullshit. And then after that, that caused Larson to start some bullshit with Adriana, talking about how Adriana felt about Alexia, she called Alexia a bitch and stuff, doing the massage, and Alexia said, and she trying to tell Alexia how she should, what she was feeling. Alexia said, that ain't how I felt. You don't know how I feel, bitch. You don't know how I feel, bitch. And so, Larson then pissed Alexia off, and Alexia started going off. And the way they acted towards Alexia was crazy. So they end up, not Kiki, Gertie ended up talking to the spiritual lady and try to get her to talk to um, Adriana. To Adriana. And she did end up talking to Adriana. Adriana over there with spiritual lady crying and stuff. And the lady just listening and, and stuff to her. And they sitting there just lollygagging as usual, like they don't give a care in the world. And as they did that, they ended up moving on to doing a spiritual thing together. As they was doing that, we got Larson go to here, and you acting so weird, Adriana, and all this stuff. It's like, bitch, you faker than fake. You hoes don't care nothing about that girl, and y'all prove it every time. And so, she crying and whatever. So they did the spiritual stuff. They end up had to scream out of the ocean. We got Kiki peeing in the ocean. And then they end up doing the screaming and stuff, release. Kiki ended up doing it, and then she ended up, actually, I think it helped her out a lot. But her and Gertie were playing around, and they ended up falling on Adriana's foot. They fell on her foot, so she thinking her foot maybe broke, sprained. She don't know what, but she ended up, the spiritual lady ended up having to carry her to put her down so that she can get wrapped. They all acting like, oh, she doing too much. She doing too much. Oh, here she go again. It's like ain't nothing wrong with her. And I said the only person that was really concerned about her, really, was Julia. I said the two people that actually hit her leg and stuff because she ended up getting medical attention, and Julia was the only person that stayed behind. Um, Nicole kinda, she really didn't stay behind. She was like there for a minute, but she didn't really help her. Once the medical people, they said medical people was coming, the guy came. He ended up wrapping her leg, but the next morning, her leg was bruised. She had a bruise on her on the top of her not thigh, but the top of her calf. and it was like, yeah, so she either bruised it, she either sprung it, or something. We don't know yet. But the two that did it didn't even apologize. Still haven't apologized. So as they getting ready to do what they was gonna do that day, they have going on to a private beach. As I want to say they must have been in Nicole's room or whatever. You got Larson and her, there, and then the rest of the ladies show up. So you got Julia and Adriana coming up, and they came to the door. They hear them inside talking about both of them, um, and stuff. And they were talking about where Julia got the stones from. She got it from some gift shop that sells stones and other trinkets. And she got the name wrong. So yeah. So they end up hearing them talking about Julia and then talking about Adriana and said Adriana was, being dramatic about the foot thing, about hurting her foot. So when she came in there, they looking shocked that she's in a wheelchair. But majority of them started laughing because they didn't understand why she doing all this. She's taking it a little bit too far. And it was Larson, dumbass, saying, "Girl, really, really, you in a wheelchair, girl? Is your foot really? Did you really hurt your foot?" And all this. She went, "Yes, I have a big old bruise from the top of my calf all the way down." She went, "That's why I'm in the wheelchair, cause like it hurt. I hurt it did." And the two people that was Gertie and Kiki didn't apologize, not once. They went on about their thing and was. I'm like, this is really crazy, cause this woman got hurt, and y'all being friends, y'all still don't apologize for what y'all did. So they ended up getting on. She ended up so Marisol, Alexis, um, Lawson, they was mad that Adriana was getting catered to by the people who were working that was taking them to the private beach, and she got carried to the private beach and stuff. They ended up playing her song. She felt like her song changed the mood that was going on in the group. So as they all end up sitting down or whatever. She ended up saying, I'm glad that my song kind of, was played and everything. And if y'all uh, support it and like it, then it will be a hit. And this is when dumbass Alexis saying you musically talented. I ain't saying you're not. It's the other stuff. And I'm like, bitch, you need your ass kicked. So they going head to head, and then she went like your foot. She went yeah. She went two people fell on my foot, and then that's why I can't enjoy myself on this vacation. I can't even get into the water. So, and they going at it. And then she said, like, she went, it was an accident. Alexa went, it was an accident. She went, yeah, like, Adriana said, yeah, like your son. His was an accident too. Say, don't bring my son up in this. Don't talk about my son. So everybody looking shocked, like, ugh, why would she say that? Why would she compare Alexa's son accident to hers? Cause it is comparable. He got hurt. She got hurt. But from what I know, the two people that friends that hurt ain't apologized. And whatever happened to him, that person may have apologized to him. And he got, but they didn't do that. So yeah, everybody's saying. So you got so Marisol is by Alexis, like she done messed up now, and Adriana is sitting there like, bring it, bitch, I'm ready. And that's where it goes out at. Like, subscribe, comment, share on all social medias. It's your boy Paul Brindley, and thank y'all for tuning in. I get back at y'all later.